Have you ever noticed that some people are always afraid of making others sad? Even when they're tired, they still try to smile. Even when they're busy, they still try to help. Even when they don't really want to, they still say, "It's okay, I'm fine." These are the people who always try to please others, gentle, kind, living for others. But behind that kindness lies a deep fear. A fear of being disliked, a fear of being abandoned, a fear of disappointing others. Today, let's explore the real psychology behind people who always want to please others. Why are they like that, and what is happening inside them? 1. I don't want anyone to feel sad because of me when fear becomes a habit. From a young age, many people were taught that to be loved, they must be good, obedient, and make others happy. Over time, they grow up believing that love is conditional, that to be loved, they must satisfy others. These people are quick to say yes, "Sure, I'm fine," even when they're not fine at all. They don't want to disappoint anyone. They don't dare say no, because the moment someone gets upset or sad, they immediately feel that it's their fault. Psychologists call this people-pleasing syndrome, also known as addiction to approval. These individuals do not live according to their own desires, but according to the smiles of others. It sounds gentle, but in reality, they are afraid. Afraid of losing affection. Afraid of being seen as selfish. 2. Not weak, just highly sensitive and empathetic. Don't assume that people who always try to please others are weak. On the contrary, they usually have very high emotional intelligence. They are perceptive, easily sensing the feelings of others. Just seeing someone's sad eyes can make their heart heavy. But because they are so sensitive, they often carry emotions for others. If someone is angry, they scramble to comfort them. If someone is disappointed, they blame themselves. They believe that the happiness of others is their responsibility. That is the beginning of emotional exhaustion, according to Dr. Harriet B. Breaker, author of The Disease to Please. These individuals fear making others disappointed more than anything else. They would rather suffer or feel tired than make someone else unhappy. 3. When you always say yes, the price you pay is yourself. At first, pleasing others makes them feel loved and appreciated. But over time, they realize the price they pay is their own identity. They begin feeling tired without knowing why. They no longer know what they truly want. They live according to others' opinions to the point they lose themselves. Being a good person isn't wrong, but being good to the point of forgetting yourself, that's no longer kindness. That's self-harm. According to Psychology Today, long-term people-pleasers are twice as likely to experience stress, anxiety, and depression as the average person. When you always say yes, people get used to it. They assume you're always available, that you never get tired, that you were born to help them. But the moment you say no, suddenly they find it strange or even take offense. Then you feel guilty again. Just like that, the cycle never ends. 4. Why don't they dare refuse? The reasons lie deep in the subconscious. Many of them grew up in environments where affection always came with evaluation. As a child, just being scolded once for doing something wrong taught them the lesson that if they're not good, others won't love them. Psychologist Carl Rogers once said, "Each person has two selves, a real self and a social self. Those who always please others mainly live through the social self, always smiling, always humble, always trying to be loved. Meanwhile, the real self-tired, hurt, and longing to be understood is hidden away. Sometimes they know they're exhausted, know they're pretending to be okay, yet they still don't dare stop. Because stopping means facing their greatest fears, being disliked, being rejected, or worse, being forgotten. 5. Learning to be kind without hurting yourself. People who always try to please others don't need to change to become cold. They just need to learn boundaries. Boundaries are not selfishness. They are how you protect your energy and your emotions. You can say no and still be polite. You can help others without always sacrificing yourself. You can be kind without being perfect. Brené Brown, a well-known researcher on courage and vulnerability, once said, "When we dare to be honest about our feelings, we form deeper connections with others." So if you are someone who always tries to please everyone, try listening to yourself for once. Ask, "Am I happy today?" If the answer is no, then it's time to learn how to take care of yourself first. Because when you know how to love yourself, you can love others in a healthy way. Not out of fear, but out of freedom. And remember, you don't need everyone to like you. You just need not to hate yourself. If you see yourself in these descriptions, remember that you're not alone. All of us have had phases of living to please others. But eventually, you'll understand, living authentically is the greatest happiness. If you enjoy topics about psychology, how humans think and feel, hit subscribe. Because here, we don't just talk about emotions, we learn together how to understand ourselves.